YouTube, it's the Unlikely Prepper here, and I am getting ready to start doing everything. Right now, as you can see, the only thing left on the steps is the stevia. So, I will go ahead and I'll cut back this big branch, and I'll go ahead and I'll start drying that. That's actually really easy to dry. All you have to do is go ahead and cut the spot that you want, take it. I usually take a piece of twine or a piece of yarn, go ahead and just take it upside down, put it somewhere where it's going to stay nice and dry. Typically I try to put it in closet, somewhere where it's kind of dark. And you just go ahead and let it all dry up, and then you just go ahead, take the leaves off the stem, and then you can go ahead and you can put them into a food processor, or if you have a dedicated you can use like a coffee grinder that's dedicated for herbs. I use mine because I'm constantly doing herbs with for my soaps and things, so that's why I already have one of those. But you could just go ahead and put it in the food processor because it's not going to hurt anything at all. So there's my empty steps, and I'm just going to be showing you. I'm going to go ahead and propagate some of the herbs. I went ahead and researched it the last couple days, and seems like it's actually pretty easy. There's very few rules to it, so I'm going to be propagating the cinnamon basil, the regular basil, and the pineapple sage. And I'll just go ahead and do a little video of me cutting back some of the parsley, and you can tell me either if I'm doing it right or if I'm doing it wrong. I won't be doing the rosemary today. I don't need any more of it right now. It's pretty well filled in. There is edges around the pot, but it's nice and doing well. I might, closer to Christmas or in the spring, I might cut off a few sprigs and propagate it to give to friends and family, but right now I don't need any more. And over here, as you can see, I've got a fun little situation here. All of this is going to go into storage, so just waiting on that. I'm not going to do any propagating, but this will be coming in tonight, as is this. The columbines are going to stay out because they're a flower and they're perennial, so I don't have any reason to worry about them. But my area is going to be getting a super, don't mind me, I'm putting you on a tripod. My area is getting super deep freeze tonight. We're getting our first big frost. So I wanted to make sure that everything is indoors, because I don't think it's really going to survive it that well. Now, the rules for propagating are, they state, I'll go ahead and start with the cinnamon basil, because I think I might have the most problem with this. And that is that they state that you want to do 3 to 4 inches to give you space for the root to come in, and that it cannot currently have any flowering going on with it. Which might be a problem because I have some flowering going down here. I don't know if you can see, there's those little purple bits that are right in there. So I might have to get creative with this, and I also want to go ahead and try cutting from a piece that does have flowering on it and seeing what happens. Just because I don't know, why not? This looks like it's on its last leg anyhow, so anything I do to, help it survive is a step in the right direction. So I am trying to figure out where I'm going to cut from. This area looks a little weak, and I don't know that I want to play with it too much, and this one does have a little piece down here, so I might cut from up here, leave that little piece down there. By the way, if I start sounding really stuffy or my nose starts turning pink, it's probably because it's pretty nippy out here. It's about 50 or so degrees, a little bit less. I think it's closer to 45, but that's what the thermometer says right now. I've got what looks like the beginning of a couple of leaves starting out here, and I know that I don't have enough space to take from here. So I might go ahead and try taking this piece here. Looks like I've got enough space on it, though I'm worried that because it's woody right in here, it might not grow. This plant might be a loss, but better to try and find out it doesn't work than anything. So I'm going to take one piece that looks like it's starting to bud. We're going to see what happens with it, and I will continuously update you with this. So here is one. And here I have just a little leftover canning jar that somebody gave me. This is actually a blueberry jam that I got from a woman that is at farmers markets with me. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in clean, fresh water. I have to kind of bounce that, let it sit next to things since it looks like it's a little bit too deep, and I'll probably go ahead and remove off those leaves as well. What I've got here, I might try to take from this spot here. So we'll go ahead and we'll take this one, and I will remove off the bottom leaves, as you can see. Go ahead and remove those off, just so that they're not just getting themselves soaked. And I don't have much to choose from on this plant now, do I? Did not leave myself a lot of options. So let's see. I might even just try propagating what's left of this plant, replanting it, and pulling out all of this weedy bit, all of the very woody bottoms. And I will have to keep a closer eye on it next time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think a lot of this stems from me not clipping back the way I should. So any gardeners that know more than me, which doesn't take much, you can kind of chime in for me here and tell me if I need to be a little bit more aggressive with my cutting back so that I don't have this problem. So even though this part right here has got a few different stems coming off it, I'm going to try it anyhow. I'm a little worried because it does look very woody right along there, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clip back and try that. And I'm going to start with those three, and because it's indoors, I can play with it from there. I'll update you at any point if I decide to take more from it. But, alright, so we'll put this one aside. Next, I will go ahead and take this basil. Now, this basil just needs to be trimmed back in general as well, just because it's seen some rough times. I got kind of neglectful with it. With my summer schedule, things get kind of crazy. I've got farmers markets all the time, and when I'm not doing that, I'm in the house trying to replenish my stock. And if you can't hear me very well because the wind is going against the speaker there, I apologize. This is the only time I think I'll be able to do this video because we have had non-stop rain for the last 2 weeks. And today's first day, it really hasn't rained all that much. So, and it does say that it's going to rain a little bit before we have this real bad frost tonight. So, I wanted to take advantage of that because I don't know how many more chances I'll have to get a good outdoor video done before it's time. So, I'm just trying to clip back a lot of this dead stuff, like the stuff that's not necessary.